Hello and welcome, beautiful souls, to another episode of RLP is Healing. I am your host, Tammy, and I would like to invite you to take a deep breath with me. Inhale and exhale with a sigh. Let yourself arrive in this space, in this moment, just as you are. Today, I want to share a journey, one of deep reflection, unexpected lessons, and the kind of wisdom that only comes from when you slow down and truly listen. I took 4 days away from the internet. No social media, no emails, just me, nature, and stillness. And in that space, I found something I wasn't expecting. A realization that I've been working harder when I should be working smarter. Then this beautiful coffee shop stumbled upon this journey. It's called Pur Vida coffee. And it's this space filled with warmth, connection, and nourishment. But the universe wasn't done teaching me yet. Right after this soul refreshing pause, my body said rest more. And I got sick, forcing me to take another 3 days to just slow down even more. And guess what? If you know me, you know that I would have just kept going, but I didn't. I surrendered to it. And I want to just talk about this really quick, that this unplugging wasn't something that I came up with. It actually was inspired by David Bear. If you know him, then you just know this man is an amazing speaker. He speaks his truth and talks about, his addictions, which was to alcohol, drugs, and even pornography. And he really encouraged in this podcast episode that he did about how he took 4 days from the internet. He quit the internet for 4 days. So I want you to explore the magic of unplugging, of sacred pauses, and of listening to the wisdom of our bodies and what they're always whispering to us in this episode of the power of unplugging and working smarter. Okay, I talk a lot about self-care and putting yourself first, but I'll be open. Even I sometimes forget that true rest isn't about taking breaks. It's about realigning with the flow, with our flow. During my 4 days away from the internet, at first, I will be open, I had a really hard time. I kept on going to pick up my phone. I made sure that I turned my phone to do not disturb. So calls that came in, internet notifications, email, all the stuff. If you're a business owner or a practice owner or just anyone, you know what it's like. We constantly are in our emails and everything. And so I had a really hard time the first day. Yet halfway into it, I got to this space where I just was just this exhale. And I hadn't been this way in a long time. And I realized that I've been doing so much. Like I've been pouring, creating, giving, and I really wasn't making space for me to just be Tamala. The old way, the old conditioned way, it always says, push harder, do more, prove yourself. But the truth is that we truly get our power back. We truly reclaim who we are when we flow and trust and take inspired action. When we do that, rest and digest, activate that parasympathetic nerve in our nervous system. I noticed that a part of me had come back to that fight or flight. I was starting to come back to that fight or flight, that space of where, oh my goodness, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And truly, sitting back really did help me out a lot. And the universe had more for me because guess what? I got sick after doing this 4 days. I ended up getting sick and I ended up having to take a bit more rest to basically restore myself, reclaim my inner power. And this allowed me to just pause and listen to what spirit needed me to hear, did what the universe, God, needed me to hear. Just taking that moment to take a breath. Now, you guys already know I love coffee, so let me tell you about this amazing place that I found. It's called Pur Vida Coffee. Now, they don't just have coffee, they have food, they have biscuits and gravy. And let me tell you, the biscuits and gravy is so freaking on point that I can't even, oh my goodness. I am a connoisseur of the biscuits and gravy. Okay, I love me some biscuits and gravy and I love me a good cup of coffee. Now, the biscuits and gravy was even good when it was cold. So you know it's good. When it's cold and it still tastes good, it's good. I met a woman there that was a client or a customer as well, and she recommended the iced coffee. Iced coffee is on point as well. They make their own flavors. Their biscuits are homemade. Most of their stuff there is homemade, and it's a space of slowness. You know, the energy of this place is pure love. It's not just about food or the coffee, you know, as I said already, which by the way, it is incredible. It's about the people, the conversation, the way they make you feel seen. And that was a big thing for me because nowadays we find that even in all businesses, we find that sometimes we are considered just a number. Yet here, I didn't feel that way. They knew their clients by name. The woman that does the iced coffee, she even told me that she goes there on Saturday because they're closed on Sunday just to buy an extra iced coffee. And they knew her by name. I felt loved because they even got to know me. And oh my goodness, spaces like this remind us of what truly nourishes us: connection, presence, and warmth. It's a reflection of what happens when we create from the heart. And I left feeling full, not just in my body, but in my spirit too. So if you are local to Hagerstown or in any surrounding areas, I recommend that you find this place. But also, if you haven't yet, find a place that fills you in that way, a space where you can be. Whether it's a cafe, a park, your yoga mat, or even a quiet corner in your home, these moments for sacred presence is everything. And we will be back after this short advertisement. Are you wondering what this mindfulness is all about? Or are you trying to add mindfulness into your daily life? Well, let me tell you, being present can be a struggle for some of us. It can be. Yet, this simple, quick read will have you feeling confident in beginning your own mindfulness journey. You can find this book on Amazon, Mindfulness for Beginners, a handbook for nurturing presence. By the way, there's also a journal for nurturing presence to go right with that book, hand in hand, written by Tammy Lyons Price. Now we're going to go back to our regular scheduled episode. Happy healing. Well, after I took my 4 days, I talked about this before, I ended up getting sick. My body said, wait, I'm not done yet. And at first, I was really upset about this. I was like, I have things to do. I am behind. I need to get going. And I even reached out to one of my friends. She is my sister in healing, my bestie, a confidant. She is also one of my beta clients for my wellness business consulting. And she was like, I think this is telling you need to stop and slow down, which this was very true. And so I paused and I listened. And what I got was, this is what you teach. This is what you know, that it starts with you. When your body speaks, you listen to what your body is saying. So I let myself rest without guilt, without pushing, without the need to be productive. And you know what happened? Healing, clarity, a deeper sense of trust in the process. You know, if your body, your mind, or your soul is calling you to rest, honor it. Rest is not a weakness. It is truly a power. And this is where you reclaim your inner power and take your life back. That's what this is about. It's about taking our lives back, loving ourselves on purpose, because in turn, we are able to give that love outside of us. We are able to love, be compassionate, give kindness, find joy, and non-judgment. So I give you an invitation to pause. And here's what I want you to take with you from this experience. 1, give yourself permission to unplug. Let me tell you, the world is going to keep spinning. It's going to be there when you get back. You don't have to be on all the time. Work with your energy and not against it. Flow is always more powerful than force. Take a moment to breathe. And you'll notice that after you take that breath, you feel more relaxed. And in this relaxation, you will notice that the ideas come flowing in. That it is easier to take this inspired action during this rest and digest. Find spaces that nourish your soul. And that's number 3. Whether it's a coffee shop, a yoga class, or time in nature, make more room to enjoy. Enjoy your life. And then 4, listen to your body. If it asks for rest, don't resist. Lean into it. The one thing that I have learned in my own personal journey, and I feel that I continue to keep learning, is that listening to your body, reconnecting yourself with your body is truly important. Mind, body, and spirit or soul. I invite you to take one more deep breath together, breathing in and then releasing with a sigh. I challenge you to take some sacred time for yourself this week. Even if it's just a few minutes of stillness, a mindful breath, or a slow cup of tea or coffee, because your soul will thank you. Thank you for sharing this space with me. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs the reminder to slow down. Sending you all love, rest, and ease. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and happy healing.